Man, let me tell you, some stories are just dynamite. We're talking about a real-deal righteous culinary legend. His name was Dave Thomas. This dude wasn't born with a silver spoon in his mouth. He was adopted and started working in restaurants when he was just a kid. He learned the kitchen, inside and out, from the ground up. He knew what people wanted. They wanted real food, fresh food, and they wanted it fast. That's a combo that's straight up money. Dave had this vision, this fire in his belly, to create something special. Before he ever dreamed up a square patty, Dave Thomas was already a rock star in the food world. He got involved with a little place you might have heard of, Kentucky Fried Chicken. That's right, the Colonel himself. Dave wasn't just flipping chicken, he was a franchisee, a real entrepreneur. He took some struggling KFC spots and turned them into gold mines. He came up with genius ideas, like that iconic spinning bucket sign. That was all Dave. He proved he had the Midas touch, turning regular joints into killer hotspots. This guy was a powerhouse. He worked with Colonel Sanders, learning the ropes of the franchise game. He saw how a simple idea, like killer fried chicken, could blow up into a nationwide sensation. Dave sold his KFC franchises and walked away with some serious cash, but he wasn't ready to retire and kick back. No way, man. He had his own dream cooking. He wanted to build his own restaurant, his own legacy. He had a vision for a hamburger joint that would be totally different from the other guys. Dave's journey is the kind of story that gets you fired up. It's about hard work and not being afraid to take a chance. He saw what worked and what didn't. He knew that to make it big, you had to be bold. You had to have a product that was off the hook. He took all that knowledge he soaked up from his early days, all that experience from his time with KFC, and he put it all on the line. He was ready to roll the dice on a new kind of fast food flavor, and let me tell you, the world was about to get a taste of something righteous. So, with a pocket full of cash and a head full of ideas, Dave Thomas headed to Columbus, Ohio. This was it, the moment of truth. On November 15, 1969, he opened the very first Wendy's old-fashioned hamburgers restaurant. This wasn't just another burger shack. It was clean, it had cozy carpeted floors, and Tiffany-style lamps. It felt like you were walking into your family's dining room, not a fast food joint. Dave wanted a place that felt warm and welcoming, a spot where families would want to hang out and grab a righteous bite. Now, you gotta ask, where did the name Wendy's come from? It's a killer story. Dave had a daughter named Melinda Lou, but her nickname was Wendy. He named the whole shebang after her, right down to the logo with her cute red-headed pigtails. He wanted the restaurant to have a wholesome, personal feel, and what's more personal than naming it after your kid? It was a genius move. It made the brand feel friendly and down-to-earth from day one. It wasn't some faceless corporation. It was Dave's place, named for his little girl. Let's talk about the main event, the burger that changed the game. Dave didn't want to serve some wimpy, round, frozen puck of meat. That was for the other guys. He went with a fresh, never frozen, 100% pure beef patty, and get this, it was square. People were like, whoa, a square burger. But there was a reason for that funkadelic shape. Dave wanted the corners of the juicy meat to hang over the sides of the round bun. That way, you could see the quality, the real deal beef before you even took a bite. It was his way of saying, this is fresh, this is real. This wasn't just about a shape, it was a statement. Wendy's was all about quality you could see and taste. The square patty was a symbol of not cutting corners, literally. It told customers that Wendy's was different, that they cared about the food they were serving. They also had the Frosty, a thick, creamy dessert that was part ice cream, part milkshake, a total game changer. And they introduced the first modern drive-through window, the pickup window, in 1970. Dave was an innovator, always pushing to make things better, tastier, and more convenient for his customers. That's how you build an empire. Alright, let's fast forward to the 1980s. Wendy's was big, but they were about to get massive. They dropped a commercial that was a total pop culture atom bomb. It had three sweet old ladies staring at a competitor's burger with a giant bun and a tiny little patty. One of them, a firecracker named Clara Peller, looked around and yelled the legendary line, "Where's the beef?" Man, that phrase was everywhere. It was on t-shirts, it was in movies, even politicians were saying it. It was a simple question that perfectly captured what Wendy's was all about. More meat, less fluff. That campaign was pure marketing gold. It boosted Wendy's sales through the roof. It was funny, it was memorable, and it hit the competition right where it hurt. But not every moment in the spotlight is a good one. Fast forward to 2005, and things got a little weird. A woman claimed she found a human finger in her bowl of Wendy's chili. The story went viral, and it was a total PR nightmare. It was on every news channel, and it looked really bad for the company. People were freaked out, and chili sales took a nosedive. But hold on, because the plot thickens. The police started investigating, and the whole story began to fall apart. It turned out the woman and her husband had planted the finger themselves. They were trying to scam Wendy's for a big payday. Once the truth came out, they were sent to the slammer, and Wendy's name was cleared. It was a wild ride that showed how quickly a crazy story can spread, but in the end, the truth won out. Wendy's bounced back, proving that you can't keep a good chili down. These moments, the good and the bad, are part of the Wendy's saga. The Where's the Beef campaign put them on top of the world, making them a household name with a reputation for quality. The chili incident was a tough hit, but they weathered the storm with honesty and came out stronger on the other side. It just goes to show you, in the restaurant business, you have to be ready for anything. It's a roller coaster, but if your food is legit and you stay true to who you are, you can handle any bumps in the road. When Wendy's first started, the restaurants had a real vintage vibe. In the 1970s, many of them added these cool glass sunrooms. You could sit there, soak up the sun, and chow down on a single with cheese. They were bright, they were cheerful, and they had these funky tiled tables and newsprint patterned tabletops. It was a signature look that people loved. It felt different from the plastic booths and fluorescent lights of other fast food places. It was part of that old-fashioned promise, a touch of class, with your burger and fries, but you can't stay in the past forever, right? As times changed, so did Wendy's. The sunrooms and tiled floors started to disappear. Around 2012, the company rolled out a massive redesign. The new restaurants were sleek and modern. They had fireplaces, lounge-style seating with comfy chairs, and flat-screen TVs. It was a total transformation. They wanted to create a more upscale, contemporary dining experience. It was a bold move to keep the brand fresh and attract a new generation of customers who wanted a cool place to hang out. And Wendy's didn't just stay in America. Dave's dream went global, baby. They took those square patties all over the world. You can find Wendy's in places like Canada, Mexico, the Philippines, Indonesia, and all across the Middle East. They've served Frosties in Japan and Baconators in the United Kingdom. Of course, it hasn't always been a straight shot to the top. They've had to open and close in some countries, like Australia and South Africa, figuring out what works in different markets. It's a tough game, taking a brand worldwide. From a single restaurant in Ohio named after a little girl, Wendy's has exploded into a global phenomenon with thousands of locations. They've managed to keep that core promise of fresh, quality food while changing their look to stay current. Dave Thomas built a legacy that's about more than just square burgers. It's about not cutting corners, treating people right, and never being afraid to ask, "Where's the beef?" That, my friends, is a recipe for success that is totally off the chain. Holy hamburger history, Batman.